G'day everyone. Just recording a quick match between Marz and Traumatized on the map Empty Hopes. Looks like we're going to have Traumatized playing as the GDF in the black and Marz playing as the Dynasty in the purple once we get loaded in. There we go. I'm a little bit behind, but Marz is on the left side on the pinky purple and Traumatized in the black on the right. Sending up an engineer, looks like it's going directly north to the TPC up north, likewise for Traumatized, but he does have an earlier scout coming across the field. MCV move, looks like going into the middle, be aggressive. Rigs are out, engineer is also coming in behind the field scout. Early pillager as well to try to secure their middle TPC. Couple of din guards to help with the splits, committing a guard tower as well for the vision. We'll see it coming in. It's going to get the cap, so it's going to end up being a refund and an intel gain going to Traumatized. However, it's going to be a quick-ish kill back from Marz. Traumatized is going to see that he has moved his base more forward. Idle rig or may have just come out. We'll get that one placed hopefully soon. Goes. Got an uplift coming out pre 3 minutes and a pod starting as well. Oh, not a happy engineer happening here. Field Scout's going to be able to run it down as well. Not sure exactly what his idea was, whether it was to go in for a sneaky engineer snipe or not, but either way, it is dead for now. TPC's been taken down. Plan is on. Second war factory. We've got the operatives pod coming up, so we might see some snipers and comms officers coming out soon. Grenadiers popping out as well. Traumatizes kept his scouting up, so he's seeing what's going on. Some bunkers as well get revealed on the playback here. Villager trying to muscle up enough speed to catch up and harass the infantry and do its job. And we've got looks like a comms officer is already out for Traumatized. Rig count, we're sitting on 6 rigs to 5 harvesters. A little skirmish happening in the middle. think if he gets stunts on this, try to get away, but got caught. The pillager did with the grenadiers. Quarter guard coming out as well, help try to push it away. Machinists coming out. 2 machinists and a line officer on the field, 1 sniper and 1 comms officer. Got the expansion coming from Traumatized. Going up to the top right. Sitting on 9 rigs. It's been able to establish a little bit of a eco without going down, losing to a right rush or something like that, as Traumatized didn't end up going in the right pod, going more of the comms range. Marz with quite a fair bit of infantry, but no infantry doctrines down the first 2 middle for the extra HP just as yet. Traumatized on getting his doctrines moving down, and that's one way of healing him up, is a radar infirmary. Radar, then you can use an infirmary. And a bit of overload, let's have a little bit more money coming in to spend up. And TraumA getting his splits ready to find some poke. Comms officer giving a very big reach advantage in that battle. There's a lot of deaths before the Dynasty even got close to getting any damage in. Sort of streaming down a little bit. Good focus fire by TraumA. And a GG to Traumatize for that game. I might be back if they decide to play some more. If not, nice little Emptied Hopes Din vs GDF battle there. Hope you enjoyed. Hello everybody. The guys decided after a few minutes that they would do some more matches after that custom previous video. However, I did end the video stream, so we are starting a fresh one. We're going to the map Altitude. We're going to have Marz as the Red Dynasty and Traumatized as the Black GDF. Once I get in, we'll see where we're up to. Okay, right side of Altitude, we have Traumatized in the black, as we said, and Marz sitting on the Red Dynasty. Got an early, well, a field scout heading up towards Mars's TPC. Marz opting to go for the back TPC first. Field scouts heading down to Field scouts heading over towards Mars's area. 2 heading down for his own. Marz also sending 3 Dingard towards Traumatized. Might be able to get that one up for a bunker and get some free heals from inside. Extra fresh Dingard coming. He's going to just decide to let those guys. Okay. Marz coming a bit of early aggression. We've got missile troopers as well. We have a pillager on the way as well. Well, that rocket's going to give him a little indication that something might be on the way. Securing his back TPC as well. Might run into this engineer. Might spot that and get his own anti-snipe. He will. And we're going to see a surprise with this pillager coming into base as well. Likely to come up and do some burning on the barracks. Get a little squash on the way through. Not much in the base for Traumatized currently, so we'll see how the micro goes with Marz. Uplink coming up. He is powered down, so if Marz was to continue to power harass, that would slow down the radar coming online to start an uplink to try and get T2 right shields out. So far just going for the harvesters, which is a good play as not much is out to counter the pillager just as yet. He's going to continue to hit that power to slow down production. Keeping that power, that radar offline will be the way to try to stay in this match. Marz being very well, getting the power down as well. Very good attack early from Marz. MCV is going to come out and see if he can help try to clear it off. Marz on point. If he doesn't lose these rockets, I think he might win this custom match with a 1 pillager, 5 rockets, 4 or 5 Dingard move. And well played. I'll put this one on pause and see if we've got any other matches. If they do not play, hope you enjoyed that match. If they continue on, I will be right back. Okay, we got another match. Unfortunately, I had to start another new video. This is game 3. I'll try to get them in order. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3. This is now the ace match of the guys decided to do a best of 3. We have one game going to Traumatized on the first map being Emptied Hopes, and Marz winning on Altitude on Game 2. Both those videos should be around my channel somewhere. If you clicked on this one first, go back and have a look at those if you want to see how they did that. Marz on the top left as the Red Dynasty, playing Traumatized as the Black GDF. Traumatized has picked the map Oasis after losing last game. So pretty good favoured map for GDF. We'll see how this one plays out. I like this opener. Jump in, grab the back TPC, do an early pillager and escort your engineer over in case you start getting behind versus the, or not sending enough. However, oh, he's found another engineer sniper for sneaky guy up the top. Well played by Traumatized. We'll get a little payback engineer kill, however, so it does sort of even it up. Depending if an engineer pops out to try to recapture, this field scout may... Marz going in. Traumatized reacting with a turret a little bit earlier this time. Not having radar out after either, so we won't see a tier 2 shield. We've got an earlier hunter tank to try to deal with the pillager. Marz going for the power. Try and slow down the production. Likewise, Traumatized recouping an extra power plant straight up. Might have been better placing it over here to get some extra time. Focus firing with the Gatling turrets onto the missile troopers. He looks like with the pillager going down and the hunter being able to clean up the pillager, he has done a much better hold for the early aggression Marz has put on in this game like he did on the last game. It's going to be a pretty tight uphill battle for Marz. He has got his 3 rigs out. Doesn't mean that he is fully out of the match. He's retreated back to his base. He's going to be a little bit less manpower with army composition. Traumatized having him... Well, I mean, it doesn't look like it's much when it's 15 to 13, but Marz's population is mostly going to be going into the 4 rigs opposed to the army composition. We have 5 Din Guards is all 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 Din Guards is his army currently. Got an engineer coming out to try to recapture this TPC. Not recapture, you're going to get it for the first time, so you can take it for the first time. Your engineer basically gets a refund for getting it done. Marz been checking that there is someone up in that bunker who can have vision onto the TPC and get that scout. Is going to take the longer way around and guard more from the Yep, get him to go back in. Guard that in. So well played from Marz, identifying and checking that and not falling for it a second time. Right shield. We got a radar with a pod popping up any second. Be interesting to see if he's going to change the tactics. Seems it's game 3 and the Asbestos 3 is going to stick with the operative pod, not going down the right medics. And I did also see that there was no maulers popping out in the games before, so trying to keep the game a little bit more interesting in the matches. Anyone that's watching this will probably likely know what that means. There is a couple of units that are just a little bit overtuned, and the guys and girls have been enjoying making these matches a little bit more interesting and taking some units out of the equation. I've got another little skirmish happening. Needs to sort of get a bit more split if the grenadiers end up wanting to go back to home. Marz loves his Havocs. He's got lots of rockets behind, so he's got a lot of damage that's able to get pop out if anything gets focus fired down. No pillages to stop bunkers, so we've got to call the guard popping out as well. We've got a operative out. Traumatized hiding around here. That will help with the range in the upcoming fight. Marz just consolidating his units that have come out as well. Those extra infantry coming from the Call the Guard. He has got himself only stuck on 5 rigs, and Traumatized has got the 7 harvesters. Rigs do mine a bit quicker, but they also have intel that comes out. An early shield maiden coming out in case there's any matchstick little plays as well. Hunter tank, and the sentinels. We'll see how this one leads. There's nothing that's going to be able to do a crush except for these hunter tanks, so looking after the crush will be the way to play. Not quite even getting down the shield maiden. That does do a lot of soaking. It's got 1000 HP and it can drop a repair turret. Getting a little chunk of intel by using the spy drones. Population's about the same. Traumatized being in front versus Dynasty probably means his army is actually a little bit more, as a lot of rigs take up a lot of the population. And there's not much of a front line. No boar tanks or no, we do have T3 now popping up. And we do have 3 rigs that's popped up the hills. No actual expansion from Marz, just long distance driving. And I think putting two factories both on the T3 is basically do or die. The production is quite low, not having extra factories. Traumatized looking like he's just looking for a little poke engagement as well, draw him into a split, or a lot of people like to say a conclave, moving out and about in a bit more of a U shape, getting the Dynasty who have to dive right into the middle and making a choke point. We'll see how this goes. Can't see a plan on, however I have heard that they may have the Marshall plan on, which may not show up. Damarzical plan. Put the little one to bed. Field Infirmary popping down. I think he's gonna have a T3 ball that might get some damage. Not as much as required for this battle. The hunter tanks all still healthy, all the infantry healthy. And that's about as way as most battles go with the GDF at the moment. GG to Marz and Traumatized taking the series 2-1 in this best of 3 that ended up being a best of 3. It started off a quick match, went on an extra couple of games, so that was nice. Thank you very much.